仮面ライダー
Decay, 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 no!
Hi guys, and for today's video, I'm going to be giving you my episode 2 review of Super Space Sheriff Gavan Infinity. Without further ado, let's begin with the review. Okay, so the episode opens up with last week what happened with the monster of the week that got destroyed, and also Kazumi, that's the guy that used the Emu gear that basically wreaked havoc on Gavan Bushido's world. And basically, you know, it opens up with him getting arrested, and then also Gavan Bushido having a little bit of beef with Reiji, who is Gavan Infinity. Reiji explains that he's still not from your world, and he has business from his world to attend to. And then there's a little funny gag where, you know, Setsuna, who is Gavan Bushido, basically tries to arrest Reiji, but again, Reiji escapes arrest. And then we cut to, the main base of Reiji, that being, you know, his main base of operations. And then we see Igi and the sort of the tech whiz, the chief, he's been called, basically, you know, talking about how Emu gears work and how the corrupt Emu gears work again, and the gimmick and all that stuff. And then we cut to see a scene with we see one of our villains for this episode. His name is Moro, and we also get to see one of our another big bads, that being Gavan Death, basically our evil Gavan for the series / pseudo 6 Gavan Ranger equivalent / evil hero, anti-hero, or villain type of character. Basically, we meet Gavan Death, and oh my god, Gavan Death looks so good. His suit looks so good. But we meet the villain for this episode, Moro. He's sort of your typical gangster type dealer, and he's basically just pissed off at Kazumi, just basically failing at his job, failing what he was supposed to do. And so he decides to say, fine, I'll do it myself. And then we cut to a scene with Reiji meeting with Kazumi's sister in the hospital, and she explains that she doesn't know why her brother is, you know, acting all strange and why he's lashing out. And then Reiji promises that your brother will be okay. I promise he'll be okay. And so he comforts her. And then we cut to a scene with Setsuna in a car with some other policemen, and also with Kazumi in custody. And then we get to see Moro, the gangster, basically breaks Kazumi out, or tries to kill Kazumi, and basically finish the job and basically wreaking havoc around the city and the world. And then we see Gavan Bushido or Setsuna try to fight him, and we see Reiji shows up there too to lend a hand. And then we see both of them gets their ass kicked by Moro. Moro uses Emu gear, a corrupted Emu gear, to even the odds. And then we see, you know, Reiji and Setsuna have to retreat in their base forms. And then we found out that Setsuna is an artificial being, meaning he's an artificial being / puppet, if you would call him, meaning that he's not fully human, he's an artificial human. And so he rose up the ranks of the police force of the Galactic Federation force, and he became Gavan Bushido by the commander of his branch of the Galactic Police in his universe, to become Gavan Bushido to protect others. And then we see, you know, Reiji's, you know, having a moment with him. And we see, you know, Moro shows up again, and this time he has another monster of the week. And then they fight each other. They fight Moro, and eventually Moro, you know, summons the monster of the week. And then Reiji, you know, says, I'm gonna fight him. And so Reiji henshins into Gavan Infinity, fights the monsters, but also Moro also corrupted some of his henchmen to also fight along with the monster. And then we see Gavan Bushido, Setsuna, basically having a moment too, where he wants to protect others as well, continue to protect others, but also continue to fight for the multiverse as well. So he decides to fully team up with Reiji and trust Reiji, and so he henshins in Gavan Bushido. It's a really cool henshin scene, and we also get another explanation about the henshin sequence, about, you know, electropathic waves and all that stuff, and how the henshin works. And then we see Gavan Bushido pulling up with 2 Garuvian blades, being a badass, and we see, you know, him fighting alongside Reiji. they eventually stop, Moro's, mind controlled or corrupted uh henchmen who are under the influence of emu gears, and we see Reiji and Setsuna basically, fight Moro and his monster, and we see him using teamwork to defeat Moro and the monster, and then we see eventually, see them defeat Moro and his monster, and then we see Reiji and Setsuna making the arrest for Moro, and then we see a little tease of a Gavan death again, just looking cool in the background, and then we cut to a scene with Reiji back at his headquarters talking about the emu gears and who's supplying them. No, wait, I forgot to mention there's also a fight scene. Sorry, that doesn't end off there. There's a fight scene in space, and then there's a fight scene between space, and then we see Reiji using the mecha for the series, that being the mecha. I forgot the name of the mecha, but there's an epic space battle between Amoro and space. I got my scenes mixed up. I'm sorry about that. But basically, there's a fight scene in space with Moro, Gavan with Bushido, this space station thing, and Reiji uses his mecha to destroy the space station, and eventually they arrest Moro, and then they eventually take Moro into custody, and then the episode ends off with Reiji and his crew discussing where the emu gears is, and we get the tease for next week's episode, which will tease, I think, Gavan Luminous. I haven't seen the previews, but basically that's it for my episode 2 review. Other than that, I think episode 2 was pretty good. Love Setsuna in this episode. Love Gavan Bushido. Gavan Bushido has to be, I would say, my favorite Gavan, simply because I love his silver and blue color scheme. I love the Bushido theme of his character. I love the sort of swordsman / Bushido theme for his character. And he's sort of like your standard, like, analytical, cold type of character, but eventually I know he's going to get lots of character development as the series goes on. But Setsuna has to be my favorite character so far, / Gavan Bushido's my favorite character so far. But other than that, episode 2 was pretty solid, pretty good. And yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for my episode 2 review of Super Space Sheriff Gavan Infinity. But yeah, stay tuned for more tokusatsu videos and more Transformers videos on the channel. And stay tuned for more non-tokusatsu related content on the channel as well. I do plan on posting a video on my memories with Super Sentai videos, so stay tuned for that video as well. And stay tuned for my episode 3 review of Kamen Rider Zets. Sorry, my brain's not working today, but stay tuned for my episode 3 review of Kamen Rider Zets. And stay tuned for more content on the channel. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. And make sure to like and share this video. Also subscribe to the channel. By subscribing to the channel, you'd be really supporting me as a content creator and really supporting the channel. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.